Hi there, and thanks for coming back. I know I've been on a long hiatus, but I'm going to try to post some videos now and make up for it. I thought I'd get my MPCs together and kind of parade them out in front of the camera for you. I just dusted off this X810 semi-hollow and tuned it up. Let's make sure everything works on it real quick. In series. Phase certainly works. Let's see what's in the MPC slots. Sounds like a power overdrive that's underpowered. Phase shifter. Everything's working here. Let me unplug it and show off the back to you. It's got a tiger straight back, which is pretty. And even kind of book matched the control hatch there, which is kind of cool. All the MPCs are going to have these 4 knobs in a row and the 2 bat wings on the bottom. Basically, that's the standard controls. Most of them will have the 5-way selector. A handful of them will have just the standard 3-way. It's also got the cool Tree of Life inlay. Don't stare at it too long. It's a real pretty guitar. What else do I got sitting here? Grab the Outlaw. This one had its own video, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but it's just a fairly unique guitar. There's not too much that's wasn't from the ground up here. It's got a neck through design. You can see it lighter piece of mahogany. It's got the scooped out heel that is tray comfortable. Just a real cool guitar. Fairly common. There's 4 different models, and they put a lot of them out. Now we're getting to the rare birds here. This is the X910 Explorer, sometimes called the Rick Derringer, although I don't think Rick had anything to do with SLM. At least that's what he says. It's a really wide body, so it's 3 different pieces of mahogany. Not certain if you're going to be able to tell that, but you'd need just a huge piece of wood to accommodate this body style, and there's a reason why it's split into 3. It's got kind of a square heel, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but the headstock's made up of 3 different pieces of wood, so it really ends up being this guitar's Achilles heel. We've seen them split down the row of tuners, and just the headstock entirely cracked off. Just unfortunately, it's the weak link on this particular guitar, and why they're so rare, frankly. It's got the brass nut and the chrome covered humbuckers. It's a pretty guitar. And last but not least, I've got the Leslie West X120 MPC, and this is a pretty cool guitar. It's kind of a slab bodied, no arch to it at all, slab bodied all mahogany guitar with a real fat, almost like 50s Gibson neck profile. Very unique cutaway there. Call it the tuna. And I always thought that Leslie West had a lot to do with the design of this guitar because it was so much like a Les Paul Special, which he was known to use. Actually, Juniors with just a single humbucker in the back. But a story that recently popped up was that at the time they were doing all this, I'm not sure if Leslie West had come into town unexpected or whatever, but SLM had 3 or 4 different prototype mock-ups made up, and one of the production engineers just grabbed one of them, ran it out to Leslie, and he said, "Oh sure, yeah, I like this." So from that story, I don't think Leslie really had too much to do with the design, but it turns out to be a real unique guitar. I'd be surprised if, you know, more than 1,000 of them were actually made. It does have the 3-way switch instead of the 5-way, so that's kind of a cool point for people who don't like the rotary action. The finish is pretty unique. I think this is the only Electra that really had this kind of brownish sunburst going on, orangish brown sunburst. It tends to be really brittle though, and it flakes off in just huge chunks, or at least it did on this guitar. Just big old chunks would scratch off of them, even one over here. So I'm not sure if that was a flaw in the recipe or what, but it seems like it's pretty tough to find one of these in exceptional shape. But the good news is it's all mahogany, it's not that heavy, and they play pretty nice. So keep your eyes out, and thanks for watching. Feel free to ask questions, and enjoy.